Já vás tady vítám, and I'm going to switch to English. Hi everyone, I would like to welcome you here on this UX Agile and Business stage. Most of the talks here today will be in English, only one will be in Czech. It's not the first one is still in English. And I would like to welcome Petr Pyszko from Kontent.ai, and he will talk us about a journey from Shape Up to Fast Agile. And as you can probably remember, who was here a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, there was a big change in the company because they used something else before, and this is the new experience, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. So, Petr, the stage is yours.
Thank you. So, hello everyone.
Sorry, one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, event ad, you can ask the questions there, so then we can ask them after the presentation. Thank you.
So, hello everyone, and today's topic, we're gonna dive into our journey from shape-up-like process to Fast Agile. Before I start, let's do a short rewind. I was actually standing here 2 years back presenting our small independent teams using something called PDP 2.1, which is shape-up-like process. And just to add a little context, we are Kontent.ai. We are Brno-based company with 50-headed development. We are operating in a hybrid mode, meaning both in the office and remote. And we were historically organized into small teams, 4 to 5 developers. It's not that simple anymore, but we will talk about it. This is actually a screenshot from my previous presentation. And as I already said, we are using shape-up-like methodology, and we are constantly toggling between build and refine iteration. In a build iteration, we've implemented and shipped well-thought increment to our product, and it was pretty well planned. And during refine iteration, we're focused on improving our platform from a technical view. So, what was the benefits? We've had a really strong predictability of releases, and we were shipping the right increments at right time, and we had very smooth cooperation with marketing and sales because everything was thought out, everything was planned, so after the release we could just launch some marketing campaign, and we were strongly focused on delivering that iteration. And also we were able to move forward with technical sustainability, usually. More on that later. So why we even thought about changing anything? Over the time, the overhead with predictions and estimates and risk mitigation strategies during that untouchable build iteration was pretty high, and we were just not agile enough because of various business disruptors like really quick AI development and other challenges in CMS world. So we've decided to switch our focus from predictability and sustainability building and refining to speed of innovation. So maybe a homework for you. What do you optimize your company for? Is it speed? Is it quality? Is it satisfaction for customers, stakeholders? Maybe think about it before you go to bed today. And maybe even think about the drawbacks of your current focus of your organization. So let's dive into the Fast Agile. We've heard about this methodology from some conference. We liked it a little bit, so we've decided to experiment it with it. And then we gradually released it to whole development. So let's talk about Fast Agile. What's that? It's a methodology built on top of open space, which is commonly used for self-organizing agenda during some conferences or during some events. Heads up if you experienced some open space technology or at least heard about it. Great, great, awesome, thank you. So the main concept of that is dynamic team building, which sounds like dynamically going to pub and getting drunk, but in a term of fast agile, it's actually gathering the teams for the right things, gathering the right people for the right things. And the main organization unit is called collective, which is basically a bunch of people cooperating towards some goal. And another important aspect is a value cycle, which is iteration. It's a variable length, and Fast usually recommends starting with 2 days. At Kontent.ai, we are ranging from 2 days to 1 week, depending on collective. So let's do a vocabulary, a short vocabulary, or not that short, but it's in the morning, you will absorb it just fine. I already talked about collective, which consists of product manager and members. In our case, both developers and UX designers are cooperating within the collective. There is a role. It could be a rotating role, it could be a stable role of collective steward, usually some experienced technical guy closely cooperating with product manager and ensuring that the whole collective is moving towards that common goal. And there are also team steward. This is not a stable role. This role could change each value cycle. And this is basically anyone who intends to drive to be a leader for that value cycle, for that topic. And another artifact is marketplace, which is some board, physical or virtual, where you store anything, some work, some spikes, technical debt, new features, basically any piece of work. I already talked about value cycle, and another important or maybe crucial aspect for us, it's openness of the collective. At Kontent.ai, we are using public Outlook groups, so everybody from a company could join the group. He will receive invitation to the group chat, to group meetings, etc. And he can join the collective and present some ideas, present some work that needs to be done, or he can also be a steward during the next value cycle and drive some change, something. There is only one meeting prescribed in Fast, which is called Fast Meeting. How original. And it's pretty standard in agenda, although the collectives may tweak it a little bit. And it goes like that. Firstly, we are starting with show and tell. So every team steward is presenting the work that has been done during the previous value cycle and shares the intentions, whether we want to continue with the task or we want to abandon it, or if it's completely dead end and we need to experiment with something else. Then we are doing marketplace refresh. We are ditching the old topics, the done topics, and anybody can bring a new topic to the table, introduce it, and we will see what will happen with that. And then the whole collective is reorganizing around the topics. So team stewards are emerging from the collective, and they are saying that the intention that they want to work on that. It's important because of that, and we need, for example, front-end developers and back-end developers and 2 UX designers to make some great progress during the next value cycle. Then, by wisdom of a crowd, the whole collective, this kind of a voting system, everybody is assigning to the team stewards. So some teams will form, And then it's time to challenge the current setup. So for example, if there is some skill missing within some track, some team, or whether the chosen tasks are really that important, we are doing some discussions whether this is the right way how to move forward. And then the teams diverge to office, to remote office, and they can arrange daily meetings, or they can have ongoing call, they can use pair programming on whatever. That's basically up to them. And then we regather during the next fast meeting. So this is, for example, screenshot from Figma of this is one value cycle of one of our collective. And as you can see, we have 3 tracks within the value cycle. The stewards are assigned and team members are assigned. And we are also visualizing vacations and upkeep, which is some maintenance duty outside of the normal work. So it's like that. So in our company, we have 5 development collectives ranging from 5 to 12 people. Every collective is overseen by engineering manager from the people perspective. And also we, as engineering managers, are using the FAST for development-wide topics. This is a screenshot from Asana, which we use for the FAST. And even though the concept or principles are the same, every collective has a full autonomy how to tweak the fast meeting, how to tweak the tooling. So, for example, we are using Jira, Figma, or Asana for visualizing the marketplace and presenting during the fast meeting. So, what was the impact that hit us after implementing the fast? We definitely gained some flexibility because of high cadence of value cycles. We actually, prior to implementing fast, we experimented with internal hackathon, just a 2-day hackathon to just switch the mindset to doing quick prototyping, to doing some paper models, just to switch from longer build iteration mindset. And with number talks, we actually increased the cadence of releases from 8 big releases to 17 smaller releases. Yeah, it's comparing apples and bananas or oranges, but that's exactly what we wanted. We wanted to experiment more, to ship smaller releases, to gather earlier feedback. So we basically achieved that. Ownership. This was not the direct impact of the Fast Agile implementation, but prior to Fast, we have 13 small teams, and ownership was pretty narrow, and there were a lot of places with shared ownership. But by forcing us to create collectives, 5 collectives, we needed also to divide our solution by domains, by areas, and implement better or stronger relation within the collective. So, which helped us, for example, during the bugs distribution, like critical and major bug distribution, because we exactly knew which collective should fix it, and they will just prioritize during the next value cycle. And we are also learning and gaining context more within the larger collectives, because we are cooperating with larger groups, and we are experiencing new skills from our colleagues. And we've also remained, or maybe even increased, the accountability for delivering, because there needs to be stewards that are willing to drive, willing to take the responsibility and move forward the topic. And also we removed some dependency on individual. For example, during the build iteration, we had like a build leader or build steward, the guy who was responsible for that, and if he is getting sick, it was a problem. Nowadays we can arrange that 2 days later during the fast meeting, so new steward will take a lead in that project. And also these irregular duties were doing funny things with those longer build iterations. So nothing is just rainbows and sunshine. We definitely lost the predictability, like almost completely lost the predictability. And other parts of our company were not prepared for that. So for example, content writers were not used to prioritize just random releases, random requests to change the documentation or to change some marketing materials. So we need to figure it out, how make it work. We also needed to shift the mindset pretty rapidly because product managers are now just inspiring the collective, showing us the right way. But in the end, it's the collective or the stewards who are deciding whether we want to tidy up this place before the implementing and taking the technical depth, for example, first, and then moving forward. So this was pretty drastical. And also, each bigger collective is created or was created from 2 to 3 teams, and we completely lost the comfort of a small team, the small team identity, the small team values, the small team vibes, and we are switching slowly to bigger collective identity. And for example, people management is pretty challenging because we used to work in small teams and everybody was cooperating with technical leader on a daily basis. So the personal growth and one-to-ones were pretty easy. Nowadays, with that dynamic teams, we need to supplement for that, for example, using 360 feedback sessions with teams that were working together in the last month or so. So this is definitely some challenge for us. And let's present some must-haves from our perspective that the company needs to have prior to implementing the FAST. I think the crucial is to have at least some business context and knowledge within the collective. Everybody should know the target persona. Everybody should know why we are doing this, why we are heading this way. This was kind of okay-ish for us because we've already are building the business context. Product managers are regularly presenting some business insights during the fast meetings, and also developers are used to having, for example, calls with clients and with UX designers. So they are on touch with our clients, so they know the target persona, at least some of them know. And also, it's crucial to have at least some experienced people to take the responsibility to move forward, to be the steward for the next value cycle, and to pick the right things. And last but not least, the whole company buy-in, because you are shifting the power from higher stages to actual collective, and you are completely losing the predictability that you had before using, for example, Shape Up or something more waterfallish even. So, if you want to learn more about a fast guide, there is pretty short fast guide or Fast Agile. There is pretty short fast guide online, so you can download it. We've actually cooperated with Quinton Quartel, the author of a fast, and we presented him our approach to fast. He generally liked it, and we also created the Czech translation for that, so you can even download it and read it in check and enjoy this translation. Třešničky. Třešničky. Jo, třešně jako višně, nebo jak to bylo. Yeah, translation funny stories. All right. So that's probably it from my side. Feel free to ask any question using that Eventee, or you can reach me after the presentation, and I will be more than happy to share with you more insights and or maybe show you some fast meetings. And that's probably it. Thank you.
Stay here, Petr. I just remembered that I need this one. So we actually have plenty of questions for you. So let's start with a couple of them. How often and how long does the fast meeting happen?
Usually it's once per week, and it takes from, I would say, 10 to 12 minutes to 1 hour, but the median is around 30 minutes. And we started with a 2-day cycle, but like Tuesday and Thursday, but it was not that beneficial because the bigger topics were not that information heavy, or the show and tell wasn't that really useful with that kind of cadence. So I think the most of our collectives are operating in a 1-week value cycle right now.
Thank you. Another one, how you synchronize the fast meeting when each collective can have 2 to 7 day cycle?
Well, we don't. Yeah, each collective is independent, meaning that the ownership is independent, the priority, the goals are independent. So we are synchronizing by just talking with peer engineering managers. So on a level above the collectives, we are syncing like that, and we have something called developmentum, basically every month, where we are presenting the development-wide news to audience. So this is our synchronization mechanism.
Thank you. And now, what do you see as biggest issues of fast?
Biggest issues of fast? That's a good question. We'll see that. Maybe next year I will come up with another presentation, our journey from fast to some future methodology. But I would say the mindset, the willingness to experiment, and I think the switch is really hard. Yeah. And maybe the biggest issues is that we were so comfortable with the predictability and the small teams, and now we are losing that. So this was basically, I would say, the biggest issues for us.
One more before the break. How does refinement happen in fast?
So for example, if we want to upgrade something, I will just bring some random example. DevOps guys outside of a collective just upgraded something, are using new technology, and they will join the fast meeting and they will present the intention that we need to upgrade our packages, upgrade the approach for that, and it will stick there. And it's up to collective whether some steward will take it straight away and implement it, or whether it can wait after some release next month or so. So it's going from inside. So for example, developer experience some really spaghetti code. He can present the sticky note and say, all right, we cannot build on top of that anymore because it will be mess in 1 year. And if he inspires the collective, inspires other development, they find it important, they will gather around it and making it done. So this is how we are approaching the technical topics without direct impact on our customers.
Awesome, thank you. So that was the last question, but not least, because there was plenty of other questions. Now Petr will be available at Speaker's Corner, which is just outside of this room. Please join him if you want to continue the discussion. And thank you, Petr. It was a wonderful presentation.
Thank you.